Hello children, in the previous class we have discussed about diseases related to food style and lifestyle. So we have discussed about diabetes, obesity and hypertension. These are the diseases caused by the wrong lifestyle. So let us discuss today in this class, let us discuss about diseases related to deficiency of nutrients. So deficiency diseases. So what are these diseases? These are the diseases, they are caused by the lack of particular nutrient in our diet over a period of time. Okay. So suppose a children may eat food that is rich in carbohydrate, but they may not get protein sufficiently. So such time they used to get some diseases that is caused due to the lack of protein. In the same way, they may eat food that is rich in carbohydrate, protein and fats, but they may not get food that is rich in vitamins and minerals. So they have the chances of getting some diseases that is related to lack of such particular vitamin. Such diseases are called deficiency diseases. Okay, what are deficiency diseases? These are caused by the lack of particular nutrient in our diet over a period of time. Lack of particular nutrient in our diet over a period of time. Such diseases are called deficiency diseases. So deficiency means lack. So here deficiency diseases are nothing but they are caused by the lack of particular nutrient in our diet. It may be carbohydrate or protein or vitamin or mineral or fat. So lack of a particular nutrient causes diseases. Such diseases are called deficiency diseases. So let us study one by one all these diseases. So first we have kwashiorkor. Okay, kwashiorkor. So it is a disease caused by the lack of proteins. Okay, when our diet is not containing sufficient proteins, it causes this disease called kwashiorkor. So what are the symptoms of this disease? How do we identify this disease? So the symptoms are like this: poor overall growth. Poor overall growth means, so you know that proteins are responsible for growth of our body, isn't it? We need proteins for our growth. So if the protein is less in our diet, means if we are not consuming sufficient protein food, what happens? Our overall growth becomes poor, means we do not grow properly. The child may not grow properly. It will not get sufficient growth. So poor overall growth. Next, swelling of the abdomen. Okay, swelling of the abdomen. Abdomen means this is below the chest cavity. So this is our thoracic or chest cavity, this part, and below this part is called the abdomen region. Okay, below the thoracic cavity and above the thigh, this region is called abdomen. Okay, so if this is a person, this is neck region. So here up to here it is thoracic cavity, and below this cavity is called, this is abdomen. Okay, this is abdomen. This region is abdomen. So what happens in this disease, kwashiorkor? Swelling of the abdomen means this region becomes swells up. Oodkolodu. Swelling andrenu oodkolutte. Even the region abdomen cavity enagutte oodkolutte. So swelling of the abdomen. Next, dry skin. Skins become dry, fatigue, sustagodu, and diarrhea means loose motion or dysentery. Okay, so these are some of the symptoms of kwashiorkor. So if our diet is not sufficient with protein, if any person or child, if they lack of protein, if their diet is lack of protein, they used to get this disease. So the symptoms are like this: poor overall growth, swelling of the abdomen, this region swells up, and dry skin, fatigue and diarrhea. These are some of the symptoms of this disease. So how to cure this disease? How can we prevent this disease? So very simple, we have to consume food that is rich in protein, isn't it? So we must take diet that is rich in protein. Means we must consume milk, meat, eggs and pulses. So if we consume all these things in our diet, if we include all these things in our diet regularly, so that we can control this disease, we can prevent this disease. So this is one of the diseases caused by the deficiency of protein. So second one is marasmus. Okay, second one is marasmus. It is caused by the lack of or deficiency of protein, carbohydrate and fats. If all these three, protein, carbohydrate and fat, if all these three are not rich in our diet, if we do not take these three nutrients in proper quantity, we will get this disease. The person have chances of getting this disease, marasmus. So what are the symptoms of this disease? So poor growth. Okay, as it is, we are not taking proteins properly, so poor growth reduces, and with prominent bones, means bones do not develop well. Bones and ribs do not develop well. Next, big head. This region becomes big. Okay, this region becomes larger. Okay, this region is larger. That is big head. Flattened abdomen. What happens here? Flattened abdomen. In this first case, swelling abdomen, means because the abdomen was swelled up. But here in this case, what happens? The flattened abdomen. This region becomes very flat. ತುಂಬಾ ಒಳ ಹೋಗಿರೋ ತರ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆನೆ ಕಾಣಿಸೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅಷ್ಟು ತೆಳ್ಳಗಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಹೊಟ್ಟೆ. Okay, flattened abdomen. Then again dry skin. Okay, skins become dry. Means you will get patches here, ಚರ್ಮ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿ ಹೊಟ್ಟಾಗಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. That is dry skin. So these are some of the symptoms of this disease, that is marasmus. So preventive measures are, we have to include in our diet that is rich in proteins, carbohydrates and fats. So it is caused by the lack of protein, carbohydrate and fat. Hence we must include in our diet that is rich in protein, carbohydrate and fat. So if our diet is rich in all these things, we can prevent this disease, that is marasmus. So what happens in this? Growth reduces, bones and ribs become prominent, in the sense they do not grow properly, and the head region becomes bigger. This region becomes bigger, that is big head. Next, flattened abdomen. This abdomen region becomes flattened, dry skin. These are some of the symptoms of marasmus.